Good afternoon, Sherry. How are you? Hey, Archie. Thank you. All right, let's see here. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on today, guys, but I'll color for a while. Casey and Steven want to take me out later. Thank you, Sherry. All right, let's see here. What am I looking at? I think maybe I want to come down here into the bottom of this down here. I think is what I'm going to do. If I can keep that book up there like that. Now, let me see. I think about like that. I want to work on this area down here some. Oh, this has one of these flowers in it. I didn't even realize it had that down here. So let me see here. You got the apartment. Oh, that is so awesome. I'm glad to hear that. So now all you really need to do is schedule U-Haul. You've had it scheduled since last year. Well, I thought you didn't know when you were going. I'm still trying to get my pencil sharpener here. I've got one that the core is a little bit off center, so it's a little bit harder to sharpen. I use my manual sharpener. All right, let's see what we can do here. Kind of have to look at the other ones that I have. Oops. Now this one's not going to have any red. Hey, Brittany, good afternoon. I almost said good morning, but it's afternoon already. How are you? Oh, well, that's good, Sherry, that you still get a good price and everything like that. That's nice. I am doing good, Brittany. Now, I was really surprised when this dentist office called me a couple of days ago. They left me a message about 6 o'clock Monday night. They left me a text message and told me they could have me an appointment if I wanted it. But then they changed it. But thankfully, it was Wednesday because Casey is off work. But this appointment, I originally had this appointment scheduled 3 years ago. And they canceled my appointment and told me they'd call me back. It took 3 years. Yep, it took 3 years, but I get to go back next week. Oh, probably on a Wednesday, perhaps early morning. I don't know. So we may not color next Wednesday morning, guys. I don't know for sure. They still have to make the appointment. But Wednesdays, I need my appointments on Wednesdays because I have to. Casey has Wednesdays off work, so that way she can drive me. But I'm not sure if it's going to be Wednesday or not. They said they would attempt, if they can, to accommodate that. So I'll let you guys know. I'm just putting some different colors on this thing right here. I think I can get away with just that part being colored. Oh, this book is like really hard because it won't, I can't put it on top of this thing. It won't stay on it. Like my other books, it bows up too far under here because it's so thick. Oh, your son made some earrings. Awesome. You have to work next Wednesday? Oh, that's a bummer. All right, let's see here. I think I used the wrong colors on that one down there, but we won't be able to see it anyway. We won't notice it. Let me see. Let's see if I can get some of these leaves down here. Oh, you had to take him to the doctor this morning. Jacob, Amber, how are you guys? Thank you very much. Oh, good. Awesome. Oh, well, thank you, Brittany. I think it's working for these leaves pretty good. Well, I'm not sure which of the greens, whether it was the dark green or the medium green that you liked, or if it was one of these greens. I don't remember which green was beautiful. But the colors I'm actually using on this leaf here are leaf green, forest green, and light yellowish green. But the other two was yellowish green and I think this one's chartreuse. And that's what I used on this one here, I think. No, I didn't either. Where did I use these? Oh, I used these over here on this part. I don't even know if I can change my camera enough. On these part over here, I used these two, I think, right here. Now, see, that's what happens. I get to jumping around and I've got different sets of pencils out and I can't remember what colors I used where. I got to try to figure it out again. Yeah, he should have something at least close. I don't know. They won't have the same names unless they're Color pencils. But he should have the same, close to the same colors. But I think these are the three I have on these bigger leaves. I'm hoping. Now, I've mentioned this a few times before, but a lot of times on these grayscale, it can be hard to get color down all the way down to the paper. And you can kind of see that right here too. You see the white that's still showing in here? There's a lot of white still showing. That's because it's sitting up, the color is sitting up on top of the black lines. It's not going down to the paper. And sometimes I have to work a little extra to make sure that color gets pushed down in there. Professional quality coloring pencils. That's awesome. TK, how are you? Yeah, that's a good thing to do, like in a waiting room and stuff like that. I think this is going to be okay for a leaf. Well, that's pretty awesome, Brittany. Let's see here. I want to keep this dark, pretty dark down here. Oh, yeah, if he has to stay overnight, yeah. Oh, I hope he doesn't have too many of those trips. I want to keep this real dark. Even down through here, I'm gonna I'm hoping I can create some shadow because this jar, if we just look at the way this jar is drawn, it is smashing this flower. It's sitting right down on top of that flower. I'm not sure why, but that's where it's at. So we're gonna change that, I hope. Okay, Brittany. Well, I sure hope he doesn't have to do that often. I think so, Sherry. I hope it will push it down, push it in the back to where we can't see it that much, especially the flower itself. I hope. We will find out here soon enough. I'm almost done with these leaves. Well, I'm glad, Brittany. That's nice. I'm glad he enjoys them. Whoops. I'll let that one run a little bit wild on me. Get out the eraser here. Well, he's certainly going to learn from watching Dee Dee. She does teaching videos. This is a really weird shaped leaf right here. This thing swings down, comes all the way down in here. Right now, I am attempting to figure out what all this stuff is right here. There's a bunch of stuff going this way, this way, and I can't figure out exactly what it is. I'm trying to hide it, is what I'm doing, guys. But as I hide it, I need it to actually looks like something also. So I'm just trying to figure out what to do here. Man, I do not have any idea what this is supposed to be or what it's supposed to look like. It just looks like a big mess to me. Hey, Monty, how's your day, Monty? Now, I'm actually covering up a lot of the lines because I have no clue what this is supposed to look like. It just looks like a big mess. To me, that's what it looks like. I'm pretty sure to the person that drew it, it does not look that way. It just looks that way to me. Well, I had a dentist appointment this morning, and I did want to color some of this with you guys today, so we'll see what we can do here. Okay, now I can leave that sit like that. I'm okay with that being like that. It really is dark, ain't it? Now, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do here with this flower under here. Like I said, part of this I want to just make it dark so we can continue the shadow. So maybe I will start figure out how I'm going to do that. Let me see. Let's just start right here. Oh, I'm not on camera. I got to make sure I stay on camera. There we go. That should be. I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. That way I can move the book and not have to worry about it. There we go. Thank you, Sherry. Now, let's see. I think I'm going to have to try to figure out a little bit of this shadow before I can do the flower. I think I'm just going to have to do it like that. So we have a little bit of a, and then I'll see what I can do at the end. Let's see if I can't make this look a little bit nicer. But for right now, I just want to throw some shadow in here because I don't want this flower smashed by this jar. So we'll leave it something like that, and then we'll come in and throw some, we'll bring our reds up to that, I think. My music stopped playing and I didn't hear my noisemakers. I do pretty much stick to my own time frame on streaming because I don't want to step on anybody else's toes who might be streaming. We have lots of friends who stream. Uh, I'm, I'm not sure how you came to the conclusion that I have all the equipment. I have one 8-inch square cake pan. That's it. Although at some point I might make a cooking video, but I only know how to cook one thing. I have thought about it, how I like to make my shells and cheese. I'll get my eraser back out here. Let me see here. Uh-oh, I got a phone call, guys. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, have a good day. Bye. Okay, guys. They called me and gave me my next dental appointment. It's always hard when somebody calls me and I have Bluetooth turned on my phone for my earbuds, because I don't never know how to answer the phone. I don't want them talking in my ears. And there's like, I got to turn the Bluetooth off and then just, it's like, oh my gosh, I always hope I can figure it out before they hang up. And sometimes they do hang up. But I was not expecting them to call me today. I'm glad they did, but I'm surprised. I was not expecting that. All right, let's see. Yeah, but you kind of have to have a cupcake pan to bake cupcakes in. Now, let's see. And I do not have one. I'm going to see if I can't pull some of these leaves up over the top of this green. So maybe I can get the shadow to look like it's beneath here. Now hopefully we can see that red on top of the green. Yeah, I did not have the option to make an appointment. She told me she would call me. Oh, I can tell you, there will be no coloring live stream next Wednesday morning. My appointment is next Wednesday at 9 a.m. So we'll color in the afternoon next Wednesday. That is possible, Sherry. You just might be. And I would almost hope that you are. Hey, Joe, thank you so much. Yes, sir, Joe. I probably will not see you tomorrow. I don't know. Well, maybe after midnight tonight when I farming stream. Happy birthday to you. My son-in-law's birthday is tomorrow also, Stevens. Well, Sherry, I am hoping that you can get that done very quickly now, since you have your apartment out there. You're ready to go. Now, this flower is going to look a little bit strange, I think, but I can't be helped. I am not an artist. Well, when is your program that you just started over, Monty? Does that image look blurry? It looks blurry, don't it? Maybe I got it back. There it is. That's better. I know you mentioned Head Start before, and I know have no clue what that program is all about. So I don't know why you would need that, but Well, I am assuming that it is more of a social service program more than an educational program. Well, I'm glad you like your new apartment. Sounds like you may not be staying there too long. Well, that would be interesting. Amy, how are you? Sherry, how long has it been since you lived in an apartment setting? Since 1990. I kind of had to get used to having neighbors making noise and stuff like that, banging on the wall, on the floor upstairs. Now, I'm not really using any light red in this flower, or any pink, I should say, because I want to keep it quite dark. I want the uh, I want the light to be up here, not not down this way. I wish I could get the book at the right angle. I have a hard time with that. It doesn't want to sit at the right angle that I want it. It wants to do its own thing. On a working cattle ranch. Wow. I believe you did that one on Ivy's channel, Dee Dee's channel. I have not done that page yet. I don't have Lost Ocean. I'm going to be buying that very soon though, so we can do another page in there. I'm going to be ordering about 5 books, and Lost Oceans will be one of them. I kind of need to figure out what books I want to get. I don't know what books I need to order though. Lost Oceans, and then I'm going to get the R.J. Hampson. He's got one that's fairly new, a steampunk revival. I'm going to get that one. I think he's got a couple. I'm going to get the steampunk revival. And I'm going to get Lost Oceans. And I'm not sure what else, but I want to get like maybe 5 books. Now, Monty, you were wanting to get one for, uh, oh, what was it called? The Dark Lore or something like that? I did, Monty. I left a comment, and it did not take. I'll have to do it again. That's been happening lately. I've been like commenting using like my phone, for example, but it won't take the post. It says an error occurred, and then I have to do it on my laptop, so I'll have to do it again. I thought that was pretty interesting. But didn't you want to get one that was, who was it? Kirby Roseanne's The Dark Lore or something like that, Monty? It's been doing that to me for a little while, Joe, and I won't really realize it. Now, sometimes on my phone, I will realize it because it will tell me an error occurred. Sometimes it does not, and later on, I go to look, and my comment is not there, and I'm like, well, what happened? Now I'm covering up lines right here, guys. I'm just making this flower a different shape. And hopefully the actual artist of the picture will not get upset if they ever see it. They may not, probably not. Oh, he is? Well, that's pretty awesome. Well, Monty, you have the R.J. Hampson Steampunk Revival, don't you? Okay, Sherry. I have not heard of that person, Joe. Okay, Monty, awesome. I wasn't sure if you had gotten that book or not. I know you mentioned that book a few times, and I would like to get that book too. I'm going to get that book so that we can do a page in it. I think this is kind of going to look okay when I get it done. I hope. Uh, Hang on a second here. Joe, you have a coloring book? Oh, okay. I was going to say, I will buy one of those books if you'll color a page with me. Okay, Joe. I guess that's a good way to get patterns, isn't it? That's a pretty awesome idea. I don't think I would have thought of that. I think that's a real good idea, Joe. And like I said, I don't think I would have thought of using coloring books. I think that's a really awesome idea. Well, I have some Johanna Basford's and Kirby Roseanne's off that list. I don't have any of the rest of them. I have I have heard of Rita Berman's. I do not have any of hers. I think I've heard of Angela Porter. I don't have any books from her. And then the other one I can't pronounce, but I have seen the name before. Dark Fairy Tales. Okay, I'm going to buy that book. Monty has mentioned that book also. So I'm going to buy that book, and that way I'll have it whenever you're ready, Joe. We can do a picture. In which book, Joe? Dark Fairy Tales? Okay, that'll be cool. Yeah, I'll get that book. Speaking of Three Little Pigs, there used to be this music group called Green Jello, and they did a song called The Three Little Pigs. And me and my girls, my three youngest daughters, we used to headbang to that song all the time. It was heavy, heavy rock and roll. Did you ever hear their song Three Little Pigs? The only song I ever listened to was it was on the song happened to be on a VCR tape that I had got from somebody, and we just happened to come across that song. So we would headbang to that song all the time. I had never heard of them before, and that's the only song of theirs I ever listened to. I got to figure out which way movement is happening. Sometimes it's hard to tell which way things are supposed to be moving. Can you guys hear like a horn? Can you guys hear like a horn blowing? Well, hi, Lori. How are you? Thank you so much. I don't know what that was, that noise. It was not a leaf blower, possibly a vacuum. I've never heard it before, so it surprised me. I don't know what it was. And I couldn't tell exactly where it was coming from. It sounded like maybe the apartment upstairs. I couldn't tell. But I've never heard that noise before. Lori, how are you today? I am. I was actually able to go to the dentist this morning, have my appointment, other appointment scheduled. Oh, Lori, let me tell you, I had my original appointment was scheduled 3 years ago, and they had to cancel and reschedule, and I just now got back in today. So I, in one sense, in one way, I am glad I missed my trip to Texas because it might be another 3 years before I get in to see the dentist if I was not here. Now, once I get all this dentist stuff out of the way, I'll be able to make videos with the camera pointing at myself, because I'll be able to have a nice smile again. An afternoon stream on their birthday. Now, I'll be honest, Monty, it would depend on what day, because Dee Dee, she live streams in the afternoons. So it would depend on what day. It's on my birth certificate. But I was, in fact, found in a wooden crate in a farmer's field at the age of 2 years old. And I will say, I do know that my biological father was in prison. I don't know if those two events are related. I'm going to see if I can't add just a little bit of shadow down here, just in certain areas on this flower. I think it's looking pretty good. I'll take my black here and see if I can't do something. Okay, Joe, God bless you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. And I will be streaming Farming Simulator later tonight. I hope you and your wife have a great day. All right, guys, now I think we have a flower that is not being crushed by this jar. Thank you, Sherry. Now, see, I don't remember what colors I used over here. Let me see here. Yes, I was, until I got enough experience to kind of think I know how to do it. Now, I will plan on finishing this page on Friday, because I should have just this upper section left, right in the upper left. I wish you guys could see how hard I'm pressing on this pencil to get this color down into the paper. Well, that might be possible. Now, I did use a little bit different color. I put a little bit lighter green up here as opposed to down here, because I want the light to be up here. So I want this to be more in shadow down here. Well, thank you, Brittany. I can feel my pencils getting shorter. Trying to push all that color down in there. Oh, well, Monty, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you'll be able to color along. I like that. I think once I get all my dental stuff taken care of, then I will see if I can't maybe get some visual. Well, the next time you go there, Monty, tell them you want some ice cream and cake. Tell them one of your friends just had a birthday. They're going to pick me up. They're going to take me out to dinner. Of course, I may get to pay for it though. I don't know. No, actually, I think Stephen and Casey are going to take me to Burger King later. I think that's what Casey told me. I am glad to be learning about shadows and stuff though, because it does really help me be able to get that some dimension. Thank you, Archie. Now I need to step back for a second, guys, and just take a look. I am learning to do that. So let's zoom out for a second, guys, so I can see. We'll zoom out, and then I'm going to step back for a second. Okay, now I want to change my greens just a little bit again. Put in a little bit lighter. Let's see here. Now let's see what we can do right here. Thank you, Sherry. Oh, I'm pretty sure they'll give me a crown. That might be why Casey wants to take me there, because they have that crown. Let me see what I can do with these flowers, little flowers. Now, I'm not using a lot of the pink up here because I want this to kind of start getting darker. That's okay, Archie. Oh, Archie, Monty is asking what other games you like to play. I'm not sure which of these are supposed to have some pink in them and what's supposed to be green. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along because it all looks exactly the same. I can't tell any difference in what's happening here. Archie, any specific games you like to play other than Farming Simulator? Okay, I think I'll make the rest of that in greens. Yeah, I think I'll do the rest in green. You have $500 in savings. Now, who's going to load up your furniture and stuff for you, Sherry? The moving company? Well, you said you're using a U-Haul, right? So who's going to help you with that stuff, your furniture and that stuff? Yeah, Monty, if you got a set of these Colors, I think you'd really like it. I'm sure you'd like them. But a PlayStation would be nice too. To tell you the truth, Monty, I don't know if these are oil-based, wax-based, or hybrid. Because I looked at the description in Amazon, and for the same item, it says different things. For this one, for the set that I have, this set, it says these are oil, but then it also says they're hybrid. So I don't know. Now my other Color pencils, I have another set of Color pencils, the 180 count, which have the thicker barrel. It's a 3.8 liter, I think. And those, I bought them because I thought, well, they're labeled as oil also. And that's why I bought them. But then I found out that these also on the description, when it talks about the care, how to care for them, it says, I think it says they're oil. Or maybe that's the page that says they're hybrid. I can't remember. Now, Archie, I never knew that either until I took up the adult coloring here a year and a half ago. I didn't know there were different kinds of pencils, but I bought specifically what I thought was a set of oil-based pencils because I wanted to compare them. And then I found out that probably what I've been using are, in fact, oil-based. I did not know that. Sherry, are those oil-based or wax-based? I would guess wax. Yeah, I think they are wax-based. Well, I haven't used either of those, so the comparison does not help me, but All right, look at the 180. The 180 is supposed to be oil. At least that's what it says on Amazon. That's why I bought them. But then I was looking at the 300 set, because that's what I have, the 300 set. And I was looking at it on Amazon. Even at that time, I don't think I realized there was a difference. But I looked on it. In one place, it said, it says, I think on the can, let me show you guys. On the can, it says oil. On Amazon, I think it said hybrid. I'm going to zoom out for a second, guys, just because I want to show you on this can. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. I think it says oil here on the can. I think that's why. Yeah, look here. I don't know if you guys can read this. Well, I'm sure you can't. Well, maybe you can actually. This deluxe set of 300 pencils or pieces, colored pencils, have silky smooth soft leads and vibrant colors. These exquisite pencils show reliability, durability, and consistency every time, and you get the creative impulse, the oil-based, non-toxic pencils. So the can says oil-based, but that is the only place I found where it says oil-based. So for the Color 300, the only place I could find where it said anything about oil was actually on the can. Yeah, see, originally I thought Color was wax-based. It wasn't until after I bought that 180 pencil set. Well, when I bought it, because it said oil, then I found out, I realized these pencils right here are probably oil-based. I don't know whether they're oil-based or wax-based. These are like $52, something like that. I'll find out. I'll give you an exact price. Here, Monty, $49.99. $49.99 for 300 pencils. So it's a compatible price with, it's compatible with Crayola. My 180 set is also oil-based, yes. I don't know if it says on the box that these are oil-based. I don't think it does on this one. Yeah, see the 180, the 3.8. but these are listed as oil on Amazon. But there's two of these. There's a red box and a black box. But I think that has to do with the size of the core. I think the reds are 3.8, and I think the blacks are whatever these are, 3 point whatever, smaller. I think that's the difference between the red box and the black box of the 180, because there's two of them. Anyway, the Color 300 set, the set I use all the time, I thought was wax base. Now I'm not sure because the can says oil base. Yeah, and I think as far as I know, the 180 count is the only one you can get in either size, or both sizes, I should say. Let's see if we can get this done. What in the world is this thing supposed to be right here? I do not know. I do not know what that is. I am going to make it a baby flower, even if that's not what it's supposed to be. Let me see here. Well, hi, Kim. How are you? Okay, let's see if we can do something with this right here. And then that's probably going to be it for today. Oh, it's been going good, Kim. I went to the dentist early this morning. Yeah, Kim, I originally had the appointment 3 years ago, and then the dentist office had to cancel, and then it took them 3 years to reschedule. So I have been waiting for 3 years for that dentist appointment. Are you leaving, Barry? You're 60 years old today? Today's your birthday, Kim? That is so awesome. Happy birthday. I'm glad you told me. You couldn't have a better birthday date. Okay, Sherry, God bless you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me and the rest of us. I hope you have an awesome day. Kim, I sure am glad you let us know that. Now, I am really glad that I got on here this afternoon. Otherwise, I would not have known that Kim's birthday is the same day as mine. I can only assume that Kim's parents were somewhere around when I was born, and they said, "What awesomeness! I want a kid born on the same day." Kim, I got to tell you, you made my day. I hope you have special plans for today, Kim. Thank you, Kim. I'll zoom out here in just a second because I'm almost done, or almost done for today. I have a little bit of this picture yet to finish, and I'll finish it on Friday. For the most part, Lori, I only color on camera. Every once in a while, I will do a little bit off camera, but that's very rare. Let me zoom out, guys. Whoops, not zoom in, zoom out. So I still have this upper section right here to do, and I'll finish this part on Friday. Everything else is done, and I hope this picture looks like the light is coming from this side. I don't know if it really does or not, but I'm hoping the light is coming in from here. I want to keep this side darker, this side a little bit lighter right up in through here. So hopefully, thank you, Lori. Thank you, Kim. Now, I am not going to do backgrounds. Do you guys like backgrounds? Lori, Kim, do you guys color backgrounds? Like, would you color the whole page? I think this picture would look nice if it had like maybe only when you have to, Kim. And Lori, you've just recently started doing backgrounds. I don't really particularly care for backgrounds. I'm not good at it. This picture would look good with like a mist around it of maybe like a real light green or maybe even a real pale yellow would look nice around this. I suspect if I attempted that, I could ruin this picture. I don't know. So I probably will not attempt it, but I do think that it would look nice in that type of a background. I don't generally do backgrounds. I have done a couple of backgrounds. Actually, I did one in this book. I had to though. This was a situation like Lori mentioned, where you kind of have to do the background. Let me see if I can find it. This is a book that Sherry sent me, guys. I've done a few pictures of this book or two. They're hard to find though, because the pages are real thin. So it's not that. Well, where is my sunflower page? There, nope, not that one. This one. This one I did the background. But only because it had the lines for the fence. It had the lines for the fence, so I went ahead and did the background. But otherwise, I would not have done the background. But since it had this fence back here, I kind of had to do it. All the wood grain and stuff I added myself. All those lines, all the wood grain I did myself. But this one I didn't have a choice. I do have soft pastels. I did one picture where I did a background with using soft pastels, but I don't remember what picture it was or what book it was in. Oh, you know what I did here? Look here. You asked about soft pastels. Where's my other picture? This is the first picture I did in this book when Sherry sent it to me. I did this picture, no background. But there is one I did a background on in this book. I think it's in this book. The pages are very thin in this book. So I skip over the page I colored a bunch of times. Where is that page? I did it for Christmas. Was it in this book? I thought it was in this book. Sorry, guys. It's so hard to flip through this book. The pages are so thin. They stick together, and it's hard for me to tell where the pages are that I already colored. I can't find them. I wanted to show you guys this page because Kim asked about using pastels, and I can't find it. It might not even be in this book. I don't remember. I thought it was in this book, but I can't find it. Hey, Richard, how are you? Good to see you. Let's see if I can move that camera just a little bit. All right, awesome. I'm just kind of finishing up here for today. Thank you, Richard. Now, I will be doing Farming Simulator tonight. But as far as the coloring goes, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it sit for today. And like I said, I will finish this picture on Friday. And I will do Farming Simulator tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming and spending time with me on my birthday. Oh, Richard, by the way, you may not know Kim, but it is Kim's birthday also. So give Kim a quick happy birthday, Richard. Thank you, Richard. So we'll do Farming Simulator tonight, guys. Coloring again on Friday. Until then, everybody, God bless.